Studio 501c3. I'm your host, Kim Jones, the Executive Director of the Nonprofit Village. We're highlighting nonprofit organizations with the 501c3 designation that provide a public benefit. In many cases, the IRS deems your donations to them tax deductible. Nonprofit Village and Montgomery Community Media are partners on Studio 501c3, and it's a proud collaboration featuring some of Montgomery County's best nonprofit programs and services. Today's show features Girls on the Run of Montgomery County, dedicated to creating a world where every girl knows and activates her potential and pursues her dreams. Joining me is Executive Director Elizabeth Mcglynn. Elizabeth, thanks so much. It's good to have you here.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me, Kim.
Yeah, this will be fun. So I was saying it's like old home week since we used to sit near each other in the same office. But when I first met you, you were a fairly new executive director at Girls on the Run. So tell us a little bit about what attracted you to the mission and what your team does pretty much every day in order to fulfill that mission.
Sure. So I'm one of 7 girls. I don't even know if you knew that, Kim.
I do know that.
So I'm all about girl power. And what attracted me was I've also been on a cross country and/or track team since the 3rd grade. And running has just done so much for me physically, mentally, the camaraderie of running with a group, but also then just the endorphins you get from that physical activity. So when I got approached about the Girls on the Run position, it was the perfect marriage of my marketing background. I have a master's degree in community health and then running. So it was like the job was tailor written for me.
Wow. And then, so tell us a little bit more about what the team does each and every day, because you are building confidence, you're building character, you're helping girls learn to self-care and contribute to their communities. So how do you do that?
Sure. So the curriculum that was developed by Girls on the Run International is a positive youth development curriculum that has a physical activity component with it. So the idea behind that is we're trying to really develop the whole child. We're looking at the physical, the social, the emotional, her relationships. And we take them through a 10-week season where they meet twice a week. And each season they have different themes. So balance in their life, negative self-talk, social media. So we take each one of those themes and then we dive deep and have conversations with the girls about really how to navigate their preteen years. And then we also play games. We run with them and so last week, for example, we had a team that wrote down negative statements. And then they ran and they ripped up those statements when they got to their destination and they turned it into a positive self-statement.
So that really is about self-care and learning how to, I guess, manipulate and handle a lot of the societal pressures, especially that girls and women face, the conflicting messages that we often see for girls.
Correct. And we want to get these girls, we call ourselves the prevention program. We want to get them when they're young in 3rd grade so that by the time they are trying to navigate those rocky middle school and high school years that are often fraught with tension with girls and cliques and the typical, experiences that most teenage girls have in middle school and high school, we really want to give them kind of, we call it an armor to go in with the protection. Mm-hmm. Knowing who they are, what they stand for, their value, their self-worth, so that they can say no to some of the things that get thrown their way from a peer pressure perspective, and just really have a good sense of self-confidence.
So what happens when you see some of the girls that you get in those preteen years, and then you're watching them grow up? Because over 10 years now, I think it's been about 10 years now, you've actually seen girls grow up.
We have.
What's the impact? What do you see that really resonates from those early years?
Yeah, so we actually started a college scholarship program for our alumni who we asked them to tell us how Girls on the Run impacted them and how it really influenced their decisions through high school and even into college. And, we get great responses from these girls about leadership and confidence and avoiding peer pressure and giving back to their community, because that's another one of our tenets, if you will, is that we really want the girls to get involved in their communities as well. And, we also have girls who come back and volunteer for us, which is amazing. I have a junior coach on my team right now who went through Girls on the Run. And, she said, I really didn't like running when my mom signed me up for it in third grade, and now I love to run. So, we really do see everything. And it's okay. If the girls don't like to run, that's not a requirement. We want them moving forward, just like in life. And so if they hop, skip, jump across the finish line, we really are just happy that they're moving.
Right. Yeah. So it's healthy bodies, healthy minds as well. So,
Right.
There's this saying that women hold up half the world. So this is a program that really helps girls change the world because of what they take away from it.
I hope it really does. And I hope it helps girls navigate those relationships, whether it's a relationship with their peers, their parents, or their community, that we've given them the tools to help them navigate that in a mature way, to make decisions that are right for them.
Yeah, that means a lot. And of course, it is a national program. You are a chapter of a national program too, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So there are over 200 councils nationwide, and our council serves just Montgomery County.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, Elizabeth and I are going to talk a little bit more about exactly how Girls on the Run curriculum teaches confidence, community service, and fitness. You're watching Studio 501c3 on Montgomery Community Media. Stay with us.
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 88 children is diagnosed with autism. That's a 1,000% increase in the last 40 years. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Brush, brushy, brush, 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 brush. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. You have to have your toothbrush so that they can brushy brush your teeth. Good job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now spit. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
I know, 2 seconds. Hang on, just stand still. Stand still. One second. Okay, go, go, go. Boys, hang on, boys.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Welcome back to Studio 501c3. I'm Kim Jones, and with me is Elizabeth Mcglynn, the Executive Director of Girls on the Run. And Elizabeth, I do have to tell you, you earlier said, oh, did you know that I was one of 7 girls? And I have a picture still of you and your sisters when you were young, and I also have a picture that I save in my collection of you when you were young. So yeah, I did know that. Yeah. So let's talk about success a little bit more. What are some of the indicators of success that you see in terms of the program making a difference?
Sure. So some of the best outcomes we can really point to are increased physical activity, increased school attendance, because the girls want to come to Girls on the Run. And so
Because you're school-based.
we are a school-based program. We see increased grades, more focus from the girls. They want to please. We see increased in community service projects.
Okay.
We also see less TV time, better body size satisfaction. So whatever that means to them, that they are happy within their own skin.
Wow.
And increased confidence, competence, character, really just, we are developing the whole child. And so we really do see improvements from the beginning. We do pre-surveys and post-surveys, and we really do see those improvements.
And how are you actually going about recruiting the girls? It's not an issue for you so much because of the reputation and the brand of Girls on the Run, but how do you go about recruiting, and also the volunteer coaches? You have to recruit coaches. We do,
and a lot of times, when we first started back in Montgomery County 13 years ago, it really was just word of mouth. We told a few teams locally that we were trying to start, or a few schools, and we got friends to help us and coach for us. But then it really spread like wildfire throughout the county. I mean, once people heard about it, they saw the 5K in action. Mm-hmm. They started questioning, what are those T-shirts? And girls would tell their friends to join. And now really we have great relationships with most of the schools, with the guide, whether it's a guidance counselor, principal, vice principal, who want it at the school. We work with linkages to learning, which is within the schools, and works with individual girls who may say, this girl would really benefit from being in Girls on the Run. We do a lot of marketing as well. So besides our website, we also used to put some ads in family-based magazines like the A to Z and things like that we try to recruit girls that way.
So what about families that don't have a girl in their family, their life? Yep. What can they do to get involved?
They can support us in lots of different ways. They can be a donor. They can be on our board of directors. They can come out and work at our 5,000 person 5K. We always need people to help us with the start and finish line.
And that's huge. That's huge, Elizabeth.
It's a huge event.
Yeah.
And if we do it twice a year, that's what's so great. So we need all hands on deck for that, and men and women can both be coaches. And so that's one of the huge roles, as you mentioned earlier, that it's a volunteer role. So even if you don't have a daughter in the program, we have a lot of community coaches who just say running gave so much to me as a sport growing up, that I want to give back, and I want this program to be here for when I do have children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and that's important. And people can go to the website and learn about when all of this is happening. They can donate on your website. There's a lot there. It's a packed website. Yep. And there's a lot that you can unpack there, and a lot of different ways, as you said, to get involved. So I think that's all the time that we have today. Real quick, how many girls run each year?
So each year we have about 5,000 girls in the program, 2,500 each season. Okay.
All right. Great. All right. So that's all the time that we have, but I want to thank you, Elizabeth, for being here today. I want to thank Girls on the Run for what they bring to the community and what you've done. You are definitely an inspiration. To find out more about the Girls on the Run of Montgomery County program, you can visit the website at girlsontheRunofMoco.org. And remember, Studio 501c3 is your window on nonprofits in Montgomery County. I'm Kim Jones, and join me next time on Montgomery Community Media for more Studio 501c3.